If you look at some of my videos and other people's videos, and it talks about manifesting, law of attraction, law of a vibration, law of oneness, all of these laws, push and pull, letting go, like all of that is helpful. All of that is discreet and divine and can, elevate you, your life, and etc. But the best thing that you could always do, bro, is just be. And what I mean by be is just be yourself. Just be in a being state. The same state that little kids are in, how they're not aware of anything, they're just being. That's the best state you could ever be in, because that's the highest state. And that's our nature, naturally. We're never supposed to become aware. We didn't really become aware. What happened was we were made, it was a person, the Matrix. They made an image that we were supposed to flow in. They made a dream we were supposed to follow. They made all of these they put labels on things to make us want to chase them. And now we're going outside of ourselves to get these things. When you look at kids, everything they need is within themselves. They just in their imagination. And I can relate to that one for sure. But what I'm saying is we came self-aware off of an image that somebody created for us, that we were taught was a good image, that we were taught was you need to do this, this, and that we were taught was life itself. Literally, like what a lot of people think life is just stacking money, bro. We were taught that shit. And it's sad that it sucks. I ain't gonna say it's sad, it just sucks that a lot of people won't become aware of that in this lifetime. Maybe their next one they might. If you did not know, this is my 3rd lifetime on this planet, so I shaded that one for sure. I still gotta find out why do we say I shay, because I don't want to just say it blindly. Like how people say amen. Like, oh shit, that's a whole story. I ain't gonna lie, that's a whole story I really should talk about right now. I don't know if I will, but I'm in a flow state, so I guess, bro, like religion, the food, I ain't gonna lie, I'm talking about religion specifically with this one. But I don't want to be saying it because I feel like I got something out for it. Bro, like, people say amen. Even I've said it. Well, we all said it. Pray, you'll do all of these. Like, bro, that whole philosophy of religion we were literally taught that shit. But it's insane because it's like they literally took our free will through teaching us it. So what do I mean by that? Bro, the only reason we think it's real is because we were told it was real. But what if the real wasn't that? What if the real was something else? What if the real was something that was beyond what they've ever said in the Bible, ever bestowed upon us in these stories that we were told and imagined in our own minds? What if it was really a universal cosmic thing that's bigger than all of this, bro? But nah, what I'm basically saying with religion is just, bro, like, it's so crazy how mind control fucking works, because it's basically mind control. The only reason we believe in certain things is because of what we were told. The same way people eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you were taught that shit. The same way people pray to Jesus, you were taught that shit. We were taught so many things, and it's like, as so-called humans that they taught us, they have literally condensed our minds to the lowest plane of density, which is 3D, to where the only way people perceive life is through their 2 eyes. They don't ever see beyond that. So what they think in their mind is only what they see. So that's why a lot of people, I've seen this before, you'll see some, I don't like to say spiritual people, but people who very in tune with themselves, and they understand life and have an understanding for themselves in our own power. And a lot of people be like, they'll just get egotistical with them, or they'll say, you don't know about this, this, and that. So like, for example, okay, heaven, I already knew heaven was a state of mind, but it's a vibration that you can transcend to. They say it's the 5th dimension, but I just know it's a vibratory state. You know how they say new heaven on earth in the Bible? It's because literally earth was heaven, because it's about the vibration. Now the vibration is going back up there, but when the earth was at the heaven vibratory state, it looked totally different. It looked like something out of Mario. It was literally unicorns flying, dragons in the air, like crocodiles and bald eagles or dragons, bro. And the trees were hundreds of feet tall. We were hundreds of feet tall. It was mushrooms, literally out of Mario. It was pixies and fairies. It was all because it was at a heaven vibratory state. So what they mean by new heaven on earth is the planet just rising back to its state, because remember, the planet's alive. The same way you rise in vibration, the same way the planet does. So why am I saying this? They literally basically told you that heaven was a state of vibration through that. New heaven on earth is none but the planet rising to its new high vibratory state. There is no heaven and hell after what people think after death or afterlife. And no, bro, it's just life in general, because life is evolution. It will continue to expand, grow, and form into new ages, into new light, into new density. What do I mean by density? Most people are on a third dimension. So how I was telling you, they only see with their two eyes. What I mean by density is we rise. So how 5D is heaven, soon enough we'll be at 5D. Then we'll go to 6, 7, 8, and it's gonna be a whole new transformation of life itself. When you get reborn, you really transcend your consciousness to higher planes of existence. So say you're on the physical plane field, you only see it with your two eyes. Say you transcend to the astral realm, so now you're in your astral body. That's a whole new wave of life and vibration that you're experiencing. So with you experiencing that, it's not gonna have the same rules, the so-called rules and regulations to the physical. So in the astral realm, you can imagine something with your mind and it'd be right there. You can do that in the physical, but the physical is the lowest density. So you have to transcend off of the physical to be even able to do it in the physical, because that's how vibratory states work, law of vibration, and that's how truthfully forms of dimensions work too. So how does that even make sense, what I just said? You can literally imagine something with your mind in the physical, right? Like say I imagine just some gold in my hand. I could literally do that right now just using my mind. Okay, I'm not on the higher form of dimensions right now. I'm on the 4th. So if I were to be on like the 6th, 7th, 8th, or like really what we were at before we descend into our lower selves, I would literally be able to imagine some gold right here, because not only am I on a higher form of density, my body would be too, because the planets would be activated and it would be on its higher form. So now the rules of what you can call, because gravity doesn't exist, all of those gravity, you know, gravity doesn't exist. It is density. It's purely density, because the world's not spinning. That shit's not real. But what was I finna say? Like, all of these things that Albert Einstein and all of them created, is not that it's not true, but gravity isn't true. But they only applied because we were in the lowest form of density. So when things go to a higher form in dimensions, because density is just dimensions, it will be able to expand to a higher form of life. So those so-called rules wouldn't apply no more, because those rules were really just limitations on the mind, because the mind can do anything. The mind is God. It's the highest extent of God though. So if you get to the highest extent of God, which is transcending your consciousness, you'll be able to do things that literally you can just imagine in your mind. You'll do it just like that. That's what transcends to the eternal state of consciousness is, or people say Christ consciousness, because Jesus Christ is literally a figmentation of you and how we were anciently. How he turned water into wine, he did that using his mind, bro. Literally just imagined it. Imagination is creation, though. We love it. But yeah, I didn't really want to talk about heaven and stuff like that too much, or God in the Bible, because some people be getting in their feelings about it, and I feel like I was at one point. When it came to spirituality, I took it too serious, and I want y'all to understand, this is the biggest thing I could ever say in this video. This shit is an experience, bro. Like, and then it's a prison planet too. But this is all an experience. I want us to understand that, like, life, it's just an experience. Your soul is eternal, so your soul will never die. So with your soul being eternal, your soul is literally God, because God's eternal. And it can transcend to the eternal plane. I'm not even finna explain all that. But what I'm saying is your soul can go through it will go through many incarnations to experience new forms of life. So like how life is on this planet is not on the other planet. And it's not in the astrals. And it's not on the etheric playing field. And it's not in the cosmos on different planets. Like, what I'm saying is basically every planet, every universe, every playing field of dimension is different forms of life. That's why I was saying getting reborn, that's really what it is. You'll see life differently when you transcend your consciousness. So this is just plainly an experience, and you came here to actually have fun and serve your divine purpose. But what do I mean by fun? Through serving your divine purpose, bro. Like, don't get lost in the sauce. I say that. And what do I mean the sauce? The sauce that they created. Like, say you like to go to parties and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to make sure you have balance in your life to where you're not over edge, to where you make sure you're still doing what you actually came here to do, because you can just tap into yourself and you can figure it out. You came here for a divine reason. You're special. You're so special. And you don't even know it all the way, but you'll get there. You'll see it. But I guess it's time to write some poetry. This is how being in a flow state works. I talk about one thing, then another thing, then another thing. I was recently in a very low state. It was in October. I don't like to label things by months because we were taught months. Time months is just not real. But in this case, I'm gonna just say months. I had went to New York October 10th, and I came back home on the 14th. I think. Why am I saying I think? No, I did. Yeah, so I stayed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I left on that Monday. I don't know why it counts as 5. Wait, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, okay. It's just weird. I don't know. Because you got to count that same day. But what am I saying? So I was at kind of a real low state. I was getting to my lower self. My spiritual awakening has been a roller coaster, and that's how it actually is for a lot of people. It's, lower. You might be in your lower self sometimes than your higher self, But I was at a low state because my life didn't look the way I wanted it to look. So, ego likes to control things, and even if you're not in ego, sometimes you can be reflecting egotistical ways without being an ego by trying to control an outcome that you have no control over. So why am I saying that I didn't like my life? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. The whole reason I went through a spiritual awakening was because one of my friends inspired me to come up with a new idea so that I can basically blow up in YouTube. And it wasn't doing this. That's not what I really imagined back then. And basically through wanting to find that idea and blow up, I really just wanted to blow up, I ain't gonna lie. I ended up getting back to my authentic self, but before that, I ended up tapping into a lot of my imagination and creativity. And I didn't know I was as imaginative as I am, but I really am. I'm like imagination. So I basically created so many, I don't even want to say necessarily YouTube ideas, because there's really just activities. That's really it. I don't like YouTube is just you doing an activity. That's really it. So basically, anyways, I had end up creating, as of right now, I have maybe a little bit over 3,200, 100 or something. It's somewhere around that. I have 2 notebooks, and I have almost 1,000 on my phone. It's just, I don't even want to say it's ideas. It's just activities to do, and most of them have never been done before. So I actually did do that. And as I was devoted, I used my will, my power, and I got back to my true self. And my true self is very imaginative. So I got a kid imagination, overactive one too. So basically, I ended up getting all these ideas, and I knew they were good, and I would tell people, some people, only 2 people actually, or 3, and they would be like, bro, that can blow up, that can do good, and I just didn't believe in myself, but I believed in the idea, which was, it really wasn't weird. I feel like I was in a self-sabotage state because I didn't believe that I really created it when I actually did. And I need myself to understand, you are literally creative as hell, but you don't believe in yourself, which is holding you back. But you gotta believe in yourself. When people say all odds against them, they really holding their external against them, which isn't real. So I can't even say what I was finna say because I just, thank you, higher self. But basically what I'm saying is I seen myself blowing up by then. Oh, and I actually had a vision. I have deja vu a lot, and I had a vision that I actually blew up in YouTube, I think. No, you did, Jay. Yeah, I had blew up in YouTube, and I was looking at the views on my phone. It was 490 to 100,000, and that vision kind of drove me insane. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do this and that, and basically I got in a depressed state. Well, I take that back, universe, myself. I wasn't depressed, but I was in a low state. I was actually kind of sad, bro. And I was like that because I felt I've created so much. I was like, why is this not happening? But I wasn't I would barely make videos. And the videos I would make, I wasn't myself, bro. The whole reason I even created these ideas, most of them was because I was my authentic self. And I was being myself and I was having fun. That's actually why. Even though vibratorily I didn't feel all the way myself at first, I ended up getting there through this, through meditation, but truthfully through creating. And I got to a low state because I felt like, bro, I've created all these good ideas. Like, bro, I'm gonna be real. Like, some of them are, no, most of, like, they're actually, like, good. And I'm not saying this in a way of because I created them. They're actually, like, good as heck. And I was just like, bro, every time I pull out the camera, I wouldn't have the confidence to just be me. I wouldn't just, like, I just wouldn't have the confidence. I would think of, oh, I'd make a video and I'd be mid-video like, oh, is this even good? Are people even gonna watch it? I was like in an external, extroverted way of like, is this even gonna get somewhere? Because I didn't believe in myself. And basically it just put me in a low state, bro. I was in a very low vibratory state and I was like questioning so much stuff. I was very emotional. If you know me, I really don't like emotions. I'm not you're not your emotions. I really don't like them. They cloud my insight. They cloud how I really feel. I don't like emotions. I can't stand emotions, bro. But, you know, I take care of myself, so. But anyways, what I'm saying is I was in a low state because I've done so much. I put so much into them, and I kind of just expected an outcome, I want to say, from doing that. From just felt like magically I was just gonna blow up because I made all these good ideas that, you know, I felt like I did, and I wasn't taking action. I wasn't actually doing something. I wasn't actually like recording, doing ideas. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't doing them because I didn't want to. It felt uncomfortable. It felt weird. I would do them or try to do some of them, and I just felt very weird on the inside. It didn't feel fun. It felt like serious. It felt kind of stressful. It just didn't feel like something I actually wanted to do and have fun doing. But it's a good idea. But see, where I felt like I went wrong at was, even though it was a good idea, was it something I actually enjoy doing? Now I say this, some of them I would enjoy doing. I did let the seriousness of wanting to blow up in YouTube and be all perfect and make a good video get to me. I did. But some of them, I feel like I didn't actually enjoy doing. Like, I did this Dirty Bubble challenge. And the way I was acting and doing it, it wasn't myself. And I feel like I was trying to act like that because I felt like that was the best way people were gonna like it. So now I was basically dissing myself so that I could have some type of external love when it came to something. And that wasn't fair to myself. And I'm sorry, self, because you didn't deserve that. You really do deserve the best. And I'm gonna make it happen for us, both. So we can be making 11, 9. Hold on, it's just gonna, I'm gonna have like a blunt in my mouth. It's gonna look just like that. It's gonna be the end of it. Machiavelli, Death Row's finest. You know what I mean? I feel like even though I feel like I'm excited for that one, that's not gonna be like my favorite one. I don't know. Basically, I'm gonna do To Live and Die in LA by Two. That's my favorite song by him. And I Get Around gonna be fun. But that party gonna be hectic, my boy. I Get Around. Still climbing with the underground when we come around. But yeah, so basically I would say I wasn't really enjoying these ideas that I made because I don't think it was myself. I don't think I was being myself. I wasn't being myself when I was doing them, and it wasn't fun. I had actually did a video last night, or activity, I don't say video, and I did like a slumber party with myself, and I actually had fun. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually one of the most funnest things I've done in a while, bro. I did karaoke, and I watched Beyond Wisley Waverly Place, the new one. and I set up. It, look, it wasn't a fort for it, but it was the best thing I could do. If you go out to the J Joker page, you'll see it. And I actually had a lot of fun, bro. And I was just talking and I was being myself. And I always felt like for myself to blow up in YouTube, I had to just do something big. I just had to, you know, not big in the way of like big in the way of what people felt like was big. You get what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. So, you know, if I had to write a poem on that, I would basically say to myself, you know, it's nothing. Don't ever think in an external way of doing you ever have to do anything that's this, that's that, that's like the Incredible Hulk, I guess. You don't have to do those things. It's just about your energy. Okay, what are you giving off? Because people will be able to sense that. So as a me talking right here, I could literally just be talking here. My voice sound bland as heck, not even moving. But my energy within, me being true to myself, authentic, you'll be able to feel that no matter what. And you'll say, this is a unique person. You know what I'm saying? Even if you be like, he a weird dude, he unique. Weird is unique. Let me tell you, when people say weird, that's unique, bro. And that's you being yourself. The only reason people say things are weird is because they don't like the uncomfortable that they see within that weirdness that they so-called bestowed upon somebody saying they're weird. It's just a reflection of this stuff they don't like. And that's okay. You know, if I learned anything, let people be wrong about you, bro. You know what I mean? Or in their minds, right. Yeah, in their minds, right. Just let them think that you're this villain or this bad guy. Let them think that. Because at the it is no end of the day, but because it really doesn't matter. You know, you and your divine journey, that's the only thing that matters. So you just keep flowing, okay? Everything you need is within you. Be you, be blessed, be exciting, laugh, have fun. That's one thing, bro. I want to laugh. I like laughing. I had this situation. I was in Nashville this past weekend, and my cousin, he had dropped his food, and we was in a Popeyes line, and we were in the drive-thru, and he wanted to go inside and pay for his own food, and he got the food, walked back to the car, and opened up the door. He dropped the food. Now my cousin does, I think it's like a chronic disease in his hands, like it's kind of like arthritis to where he can't really move them too well, but he knows how to function. Like TJ knows how to function well. He's had it for a while, so he's adjusted, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he literally can't move on his own. He has his own apartment. He goes to college at Tennessee, 3 hours away from Nashville. Like he's good. So we were basically laughing about that. I ain't gonna lie, that crap was funny, bro. Now, mind you, I was not laughing at the fact that his hands are like that. I wasn't even thinking about that, because I don't look at TJ as that, because that's my cousin, bro. Like, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So me and his 3 other brothers, we were laughing at him. We were popping jokes. And see, I'm so funny. I ain't gonna lie. I am that friend that will laugh about something for days. You can call it drag it out. You can say anything. I'm gonna laugh at it for days, just because when I laugh at it one time, I'm seeing it from one perspective. And then I'm seeing it from another perspective within myself. So I'm gonna laugh at a few things, bro. It's gonna be something new every time, bro. Like, you know how people roast each other and how they always getting on something new about that person? That's kind of how I am, but I ain't gonna clown you like that. I'm gonna be laughing with love, though. So basically, we get back to the crib, and I was like, I thought it, okay. I have 2 aunties, and they're twins, so I couldn't tell them apart. I went in, I was like, TJ dropped this food, and we were just all laughing. And she was just acting. Now, my auntie that's not his mom was there. His mom was chill about it. Like, she didn't even care. Like, we were just laughing. She just asked what happened, and she was just chill. But my other auntie, she was tripping. Like, she was like, you're pissing me off. You're starting to piss me off. And I really looked back at it. I wish I would have just walked away from her and just kept laughing. Or told her to, like, get away from me. I really wish I would have stood up for myself. So basically where I'm going with this is, because we kept laughing about it for the next day too. Like, all of us. It wasn't just me. Even if it was just me, I'd have loved it. I realized one thing, and I want to say this. Whenever I would like talk about stuff like this, like I would be defending myself, I would always try to pull in people. And I would be like, well, he was doing it, well, he was, and he didn't care, and this and that. And that's really just me trying to validate the external to make me feel better about myself. When in reality, I don't ever need to do that shit, and I should never do that, because that's a form of attaching yourself, and that's like you just getting in the defensive mode. I forgot the exact word for it, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, do not try to say, oh, because he was doing it, or don't use something from the external to try to validate you being good or something like that, because now you're giving your energy into proving something right about yourself, which you should never do. You should have an understanding for yourself and love for yourself. Be grounded within, so you don't ever have to do that. Young God and young goddess. So what I'm saying is, basically, she kept just like, we would laugh about it. No one's talking to her, and she would just be like, Jay, you're starting to piss me off, and like just sending negative energy. And I didn't defend myself, and I wish I would have, because she was, I ain't gonna lie, she was tripping that whole weekend. Like, bro, I'm gonna say this other situation. It was another situation, because if y'all know, I smile all the time because I have every reason to smile. Now, happiness is not real, because that's an emotion. It's about a vibration. And I know that sounds weird, but we were taught that. So when you smile, don't look at that as somebody being happy. More so, don't even look at that as vibration. That's just an expression. I really look at it like that. But because everything's energy, so I detach from emotion, so everything's just energy now, okay? And it's high vibration, it's low vibrations. So what I'm basically saying with this is, I was just smiling, and she was like, come here. You know, everybody don't want to see your smile. You know what I'm saying? This is some real shit in life, bro. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody gonna want to see you all glamored and this and that. And like, I was just being myself, and she was just, it's like she was on some hating shit, bro. And I was like, what the heck? Like, but I was agreeing with her because, bro, I have a problem with people pleasing and being nice. You know, being nice is deceptive energy. You want to be kind because it's genuine from your heart. And basically, I was just being a people pleaser. And I wasn't like, because me in my right mind right now, I would have been like, what are you talking about, bro? She was talking about basically the Matrix ain't going to always see you smile. Like, well, I don't give a damn if they want to see me smile. I'm going to show all 12 of my teeth with the tooth gem on top. I love it. But basically, yeah, she was just in a low, she was pushing off her reflection onto me. I could tell she's been through a lot of stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, she was really like racking my nerves. But basically what had happened, let me just finalize this and end it off. What had happened was, she had just kept talking about how you know, we were laughing about him dropping the food, and she kept saying like, you pissed me off. And it was, I ain't gonna lie, it really got to me. And I was moving, an emotion sparked, fucking anger. I do not move off emotions, but this one, bro, I was very emotional this weekend. And I had, man, I just lost it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't go off on her or nothing. I was just mad as hell. And what I wish I really would have did was transmute that energy and just talk to her, because she was pushing off her own reflection onto me, and I wish I would have told her, like, stop doing that. Don't do that. If you don't want to see me, because I'm gonna laugh, bro. If you don't want to see me laugh, walk away. If I'm pissing you off, it's something wrong with you, because I ain't did shit wrong. But if that's what's happening, walk away, or I will walk away. Shit, I don't care. Like, and I really was mad because, you know, people who do stuff like that, it wasn't their fault, but that's part of the reason why I started to close myself off, because somebody would be like, I'm making them mad off of me just being myself, and then, you know, basically then I would stop being myself. But I want y'all to understand, when you are your authentic self, you will have people hating on you, and that's you know, that's just part of it. People's reflection in their shadows. That's exactly why I try to, if I ever see a shadow on somebody, like last night, it was this friend who was texting me, he wanted me to do something for him, and I see my own personal shadow that didn't like him. And I'm still trying to figure out why, but I wasn't pushing that energy onto him, because I understand that, like, it's from within me. So I was being very cautious with that, because I really do have love for him, but it's something within me that just feels some type of way about him, and I gotta see it. Okay, I gotta understand it. And you don't judge, but you get an understanding for it. So basically, when you are being your light self, bro, your true self, you're gonna have people who hate on you, and you have to be able to understand that they're only pushing their own pain onto you. and help them. Don't, you know, how I was this weekend, I don't want to be like that again. I wish I would have helped her, but I wish I would have told her instead of boundary, you're not going to keep acting like this. You're not. And that's just that. And there is no right or wrong no more. There's none of that shit. It's, I'm going to be myself. If you don't like it, then move. You get what I'm saying? That's that. If you don't like it, then move, bro. Because you choose to be next to me. And I feel like it's still some feelings from within myself, because it's like that shit was just, it was just really lame. I did not like that. It was really lame. It was really lame. Now, my mom did tell me, she was like, she think I was laughing because his hands are messed up. And I wasn't even thinking about that. And that's where I'm saying, like, misunderstandings come from, bro. But, you know, I mean, but a lot of people ain't worked on themselves, so they ain't gonna understand. That's why I gotta, like, be, I don't want to say the bigger person, but be my authentic self and help, you know, because my nature is to love and help. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of end this because this is very long, but thank you for watching. Baby, give me 100.